Hi, I'm Heather from Heather Handmade, and today I am going to teach you how to make a DIY snuffle mat for dogs. Please like this video and follow my channel for lots of sewing projects. A snuffle mat is just a piece of fabric with interactive pieces on it that you hide food and treats in for dogs, and then they sniff around and they get the food and treats out. It's a great way for dogs to practice their sniffing, especially if they're puppies and you want to teach them that. It's also a great way to give your dog a little job so that they are busy and it works their mind. I made this for my dog because he is still a puppy and he needs some interactive fun games throughout the day, and I thought this one would be fun and that I can easily sew it. I just used some fabrics I had in my stash. This is a great project for upcycling since it's going to get dirty and chewed on and played with. The great thing about this DIY snuffle mat, since you are sewing it and using your own fabrics, is that you can throw it in the wash. It's easy to clean, and when you sew it, all the pieces will stay in the right place, but then it can get clean every time your dog uses it. So let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a lot of different pieces of either polar fleece or sweatshirt fleece. They are very similar except that sweatshirt fleece is smooth on one side and fuzzy on the other side, and polar fleece is fuzzy on both sides. So I really just pulled out random pieces that I had in my stash. You can use sweatshirts or blankets or anything that you kind of have around that you want to use up and upcycle. Then you'll need about a yard of felt, and this is for the in-between layer to help give the snuffle mat a little bit of weight. Then you're going to need some ribbon and a little bit of Velcro. So I have my piece of felt. This is just white. I've cut this to the size I want. It is 36 inches across and 24 inches wide. I have a medium-sized dog, so this is a little big, but you can make the size that you want depending on the size of your dog and what would fit in your home. Next, I am getting a piece of fleece. This is polar fleece, and this is going to be the back of the snuffle mat, the part that is on the bottom that no one will see. And I am going to use my piece of felt to cut out the fleece to the same size. Now I'm going to cut the last large piece, which is, this is going to be the top. I'm using a gray sweatshirt fleece, and I'm going to cut it to the same size as the other two pieces. Now we are going to cut a bunch of random pieces that will become all the little interactive games for the dog to sniff in. So first I'm going to make some rows that twist. So I have these 3 pieces, and I'm going to pin on one side. And I'm pinning through all 3 layers. Then you're going to twist your piece once, like this. And you are going to pin again here. So this will be sewn flat like this, so you'll see that twist. Then we're going to twist again And then we're going to twist one last time. For the next game, I'm going to cut 4 smaller strips, and I'm doing a different color. What you're going to do with these is you are going to make an X, just like this, and you're going to kind of pull it in the middle so that it can be somewhat lifted up, and then pin the ends down. We're going to take another color and we're going to cut really wide, really deep strips. Now what we're going to do with this is we are going to layer it on top of each other like this. We're going to pin along here through all layers, but when you sew, you're going to have to lift the layers so that you can get to the end of each. And this is kind of making a, you got to lift these to find the food underneath. So then lift this one and pin the next row. Now we are going to cut a bunch of different sized circles. Now I'm going to pin just down the center of these 3 circles, and when you sew, you're going to sew one line so that these can be lifted up. Now we're going to cut one big chunk of fabric. Then I'm going to have 2 tunnels like this. So I'm going to pin here in the middle. So this will be sewn 3 like that, and then these will be able to be lifted up. going to do one more, and this one you are going to cut some two really long strips. Now take your strips, and I'm folding them in half just to make it faster, and you are going to do some slits on one side. Now with these, you are going to sew on one edge, and we're going to sew it in a circle. It's a little bit tricky to pin. So this one I'm going to sew without pinning, which you'll see when I'm at the sewing machine. Now that all the little interactive things are attached, we are going to sew a 1/2 inch around the whole thing. As you can see, that some of my fabric has adjusted and moved slightly, so you might need to trim your edges to make them line up, but we're just sewing a 1/2 inch all the way around to secure the layers. Now before I sew the edge, I have 2 pieces of ribbon that are about 10 to 12 inches long, and what I'm going to do on each center of each side, I'm going to pin this piece. So fold the raw edge under like this, and we're going to pin it onto the side. This is going to help secure if you want to attach it to like a table or a chair, so that it doesn't move around while your dog is sniffing around on the mat. Then we're going to take a little bit of Velcro and this piece is going to be sewn flat like this. And then this piece is going to be sewn onto the edge of the ribbon. You will want to fold it over so that the raw edge is enclosed inside. So that when it's sewn, the Velcro can attach like that. And then do the same to the other side. So I have these done. I can hook this up to a table or some chairs. Everything is sewn on, and now I can try it out and see how my dog likes it. Thank you so much for watching my video about how to make a DIY snuffle mat. I can't wait to see the snuffle mats that you make for your dogs. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day.